welcome back. Another week over, and that means it's time for another video update. This week, wow, it went quite quickly, didn't it? Well, from my perspective, it did at least. Not to say that doesn't mean we haven't got things done. So, what have I been up to this week? Well, to start with, the documentation for the Eurobus has all been completed now. In some aspects, this is good news. I mean, 2 weeks tomorrow, the 15th of September, we will be leaving for France, but it's always nice to have everything sort of out of the way, and pending a few receipts and indeed the return of my birth certificate, as well as its translation, we're looking at looking at finally going. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually quite scared now. There's 2 weeks to go. I mean, I've said this to a few people before, but you look back at when you applied to go to universities, or even as one person put it, 4.5 years ago we were picking up our GCSE results, and now that not only have we done A-levels and 2 years of a language degree, and are finding ourselves moving to another country, stuff that you only think about as distant future when you're in school. But no, nervous anticipation. I have to admit I've been on a little bit of nervous energy this week. So I've been sleeping 100%, but nerves kicking in. But it's fear of the unknown more than anything. I know where I'm going. I know what the town's like, and as I showed you through the videos earlier this summer. But then also, I know a few people who are already out there, and indeed who are going to be out there with me. So a big shout out to you all, and thank you very much, especially that one person who I was talking quite a lot about it, and talking to them a lot about everything in general, and I'm just very excited, but like I said, very nervous. So I had to cut down on one or two things, and it's not even if I could drink these things away, because that was making me ill. I'm not saying that you should tend to drink to solve your problems, but even on a casual drink, like I did last Saturday, for a friend's birthday, did in fact make me a little bit sick. I only had like one as well, which was one or two, which was a little bit crazy. But anyway, Monday, one of my grandparents' birthday. I mean, there was an announcement on BBC Radio 2 if you were listening, and I'm sure she had a fantastic day. So happy birthday once again. It's almost a week late now, but there we go. And I hope you enjoyed your day. I was working, in fact, at Chepstow Racecourse, which is not far from here. But yes, that was good. This week, news-wise, not really following too much. I mean, the Paralympics started this week, and of course, to one of my school colleagues, and indeed to all the Paralympic stars of Team GP, best of luck. And what a fantastic summer sport this is turning out to be for the British, at least, with Wimbledon, the Tour de France, the Olympics, the Vuelta de España, the Paralympics, and probably Euro 2012 as well. Can't forget that right at the start of the summer. But that's pretty much the news that we've been following. I mean, the Paralympics will dominate now for the next sort of 2 weeks, and rightly so. I mean, if you listen to some of the stories, some of these people sort of deserve the credit that they give, and credit that they get, and it's a big thing to overcome certain obstacles to achieve some truly fantastic results. But that's pretty much all I have to say on where I've been and what I've done this week. 115 miles, it's about 175 kilometres has also been covered on my bike this week. It would have been more if the weather hadn't played up on Wednesday. I got flooded out and slipped off the bike. I'm okay. I had one or two scratches, but they've healed up pretty well. It's absolutely glorious looking out the window now. As you can probably see, I keep darting to my left out my window, but it's, from what I could see out there now, it's it's clear blue, and it was this morning when when I was out on the bike, finishing off the cycle. It was pretty much almost cloudless, which I suppose at last we're getting a summer here in the United Kingdom. Albeit a little bit too late with the schools going back next week. especially down here in the UK. I know those in Scotland have already gone back to school. But that's pretty much it. Next week, like I say, this coming week, not really too much planned. I mean, obviously we're going to look at starting to pack and starting to get things together, so it's all coming real. In terms of the year abroad, because you can always see what's happening and keep up to date by following me on here, as well as following me on Facebook, which I'm sure by now you probably already know. I'll be working twice as well, 2 really big shifts coming up for me as well, some work. If you're in Bath Racecourse tomorrow, that's Saturday the 1st of September 2012. If you're in Bath Racecourse for Ladies' Day, then I will see you there. Otherwise, if you're in Chepstow the following Friday, as I return back to Chepstow for another race meeting, it'll be nice to see you there if possible. If not, then I'll probably be back on the bike. I'm gonna actually start doing a little bit more this week, this coming week. 115 miles was good, but like I said, I wanted to push it up to about 130, 140 miles before, a week before, in 4 days before going before going to France, just to get the fitness levels back up and make myself, to be in good health, so to speak, to go down there. Meaning that I will probably end up going for a run as well every day. So every morning I'll be going for a run of about 8 miles, around 12 kilometres, and then every afternoon then you're looking at about 32 to 35 miles, around 54 to 60 kilometres of cycling, and I think that should balance it out evenly. Like I say, with 2 weeks to go, I mean that's going to be a pretty decent sort of level of fitness to attain before going out to France and meeting everybody. And if you're watching this and will join me in France, then I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing you out there. But for now, I have pretty much nothing left to say other than I hope you have a good week. Enjoy the weather. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. My name is Lewis Griffiths, and I'll hope to see you again next week as we continue to edge closer to going to France. But that's all for this week. Have fun, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you. Goodbye.